Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, unless of course you're new here, in which case, hi, hello, my name is Ashley, and welcome to my random little corner of the internet. It's been a minute. I know I made a whole video being like, oh, I'm back, and then haven't posted anything else. Life, I don't know, I talked about how I'm a tax preparer, and that was literally like the height of tax season, so it was kind of weird for me to say I was back then, but oh well. I'm here. I'm making a video. Hello, how are you? As you can tell from today's title, I made a TBR game. Everybody's TBR games always look really fun, and I participate in some of them, like Bookopoly that Becca with the Books makes, and I still will when that comes around in September or October, where she plans on doing that. I just wanted to make my own, and originally it was going to be a super simple one. Something called like Mommy's Reading or something like that, and it was just going to be get me from here to a comfy chair where I was reading. And then I started working on it, and it turned into a bit of a painting project. And now it's Secret Garden themed. So we start down here where you go through the gate of the garden, and then, you know, you wind yourself over here to a nice little gazebo with a chair and a pile of books and all the flowers and everything. But I included, you know, the key to the secret garden, and of course we have to have the robin. So, and then each one of the stepping stones, each one of the spaces is a stepping stone on the path to get from the gate to the gazebo. And then each color represents a different card, obviously. And then I took, so these, I need to work on my coloring a little bit. So these here are like holes in the ground, and I took that, borrowed that idea, commandeered that idea from Stephanie over at Stephanie's Bookverse. She does like a star path traveler situation, and so she has like black holes that will send her back on the board. I haven't decided if I'm going to create cards for each one of them. Either way, it's going to be I have to move back so many spaces. So either they will connect to each other, so like this one will connect to this one, and then this one will send you all the way back to the beginning, or something. But I'm thinking I'm going to make cards where like I'll draw and it'll be like something. Originally, like I said, when it was going to be like Mom's Reading theme, it was going to be like, oh, we have dance class, can't read now, move back 2 spaces, something like that. But now I think it's going to be more Secret Garden themed, so I will have to figure out how to word those, but it'll be fun. But for this particular, I am going to play it today, so I can figure out my June TBR. And so for this particular playthrough, I'm just going to, if I land on one, I'll have to move back. So, okay, so as you can see here, each space, each stepping stone is a different color, and it matches up with a different card. I do have several, like, subject spaces. So if it's like a turquoisey green color, like this one right here, it's number related, which could be anything. It could be the highest rated on your Goodreads. It could be the lowest rated on your Goodreads. It could be the number of pages. I don't know, things like that have to do with numbers. Then we've got the light purple is age or format. So that's if it's YA, if it's adult, if it's middle grade, if it's on your Kindle, if it's hardback. The light brown is title. So this is just something having to do with the title. Certain words, certain letters, yada yada. Dark green is the cover. Anything having to do with the cover. Color, certain picture, certain object, whatever. Brown is guest choice, which means my husband picks a book, one of my daughters picks a book, my sister picks a book, I think my cat is also an option in here. Then the light, it's this color here where it's like super light brown, it's more of a peachy color, is genre. That's self-explanatory. And then on the red side, it is the author, which again, self-explanatory. And then, or I guess it's not really self-explanatory. So author doesn't necessarily mean a specific author. It means like, this author starts with this letter, or I don't know, so stuff like that. So it doesn't have a specific author in it, it's just author related. And then the biggest pile I have is mystery prompts that I didn't know where else to put them. So it's a big stack of just random things. So I have my six-sided die. We're gonna go one single six-sided die right now, which could be dangerous. We could pull a lot of prompts, but we have one six-sided die here. Nope, you know what? I changed my mind. We're going to do two. We're going to do two six-sided die here. And then currently my mover, since we're going Secret Garden theme, I have this very cute little Mary Lennox pen from LitJoy Crate. It's adorable. It's really big, but it's going to work as our mover today. So we're going to stick her over here at the gate. Look, it even matches. I didn't paint any wisteria, but it matches. Okay, so first roll. First roll. 7. So we got 1, 2, not even on the screen yet. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So that is a dark green. So an ugly cover. And not necessarily that is nothing against the artist of said cover or anything like that. It's just one that's not why I bought it. The cover didn't necessarily appeal to me. It is what it is. So let's see. Okay, so for that first roll, I rolled ugly cover. Again, this does not mean... it was really, really hard for me to choose because I typically don't... If the cover doesn't speak to me first, I don't typically pick it up unless it's something that I've heard a lot of things about. So there's really no covers on here. So by no means do I think this is actually an ugly cover, but it's the one that speaks less to me. Is The Unmaking of June Farrow by Adrienne Young. I love Adrienne Young. It's just, I don't know, this cover's kind of plain, and then it's just browns and whatever, so sure, this is an ugly cover. Yes, I made all these prompts myself, and I'm still confused about it. I don't care. So we're gonna read The Unmaking of June Farrow by Adrienne Young for ugly cover. For my second roll... Oh dang. Okay, so we're going good. We're doing good on these counts here. So that is 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, I'm gonna get a short TBR this year or this month because I landed on this side of the bridge, which means I get to go to this side of the bridge. And that's another dark green. Everything's gonna be cover based apparently. Alrighty, so for this one we got a cartoon cover. I think I have a couple of those. I think I have a few of those that'll work. Okay, so for a cartoon cover, I actually have a few options, but I think I'm going to go with Love Theoretically by Ali Hazelwood. I have read the first two. I quite enjoyed them. I am not a spice reader, so I do kind of skim over the spicy parts, but I don't care. I like everything else. I like, you know, the STEM part of it, you know. It's smart girl, even if she's real dumb sometimes. Smart girl, just, I enjoy it. My other option was Book Lovers by Emily Henry. I was torn. And quite honestly, we might come back at the wrap-up and find out I read Book Lovers instead of this. It's a toss-up. We'll see. It's not going to be the first thing I read in the month, so I might change my mind. I don't know. For my third roll, we're only on book 3. Honestly, a short TBR for me is probably good. I haven't been reading a whole lot, and it's killing me. But alright, roll 3. 3. 1, 2, and 3, which is a dark purple, which means it's a mystery prompt. Look at that. Perfect for June, Pride Month. We get an LGBTQIA plus book. I probably have some on my shelf I haven't read. I've read most of the ones I have on my shelf because I read them almost immediately. But there is a new Kaylin Baring book coming out, and I bet you it's a queer read. So, yes, we'll see. Okay, so for LGBTQIA plus read, I am going with a book I don't own yet, but it is on its way, or it will be. It is released in June. I think it's at the end of June, though. So hopefully it gets here on release day, and then I will just read it immediately. But that is Sleep Like Death by the lovely, wonderful, my queen, Kaylin Baring. I mean, like, let me take the picture away. Like, all these books right here on my shelf, if I can get my finger to move the right way. All these books on my shelf right here, those are Kaylin books. I adore her. Yes. So, Sleep Like Death by Kaylin Baring is going to be my queer read. Okay. And for my fourth read, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. My game is already almost over. Alright, this is, I'm not even in the screen. There we go. Alright, this one is an author-based. And that is a debut of an author. I'm sure I have something. I will have to look. Because this is... I'll have to do some research because I'm not sure what I have that would be a debut of an author. Okay, so for debut, I did have to go through and, like, figure out what books I owned that was an author's debut, but I did find one, at least. One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. It does say that this is her debut novel. It says One Dark Window is Rachel Gillig's stunning debut novel, so, you know, it's good. This is a fairy loot edition, so it is nice and stained edges and things like that. I've heard good things. It is a gothic romance about a maiden who must unleash the monster within to save her kingdom. That sounds interesting. I don't know. Hopefully it's not too horror. I don't know. I think gothic romance there's a thin line. There's certain things I don't read. I think gothic romance is it's a thin line that I'm on the side of. It should be okay. We should be okay. So yes, for debut novel, One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. And since we're right here, I didn't think about, what will I do to get to the end? I'm not going to just keep rolling until I get it to, we're at the end, and it will be just a dark purple, which is a mystery prompt. For this one is continue a series that you've already started, and I do have a few of those. So, let's see what we got. So, for continue a series that you've already started, I am going to, there's a couple, but ones that I actually already own. There's one that I really want to continue reading, but I don't own any of the other books. But I'm going to go with Siege and Storm by Leigh Bardugo. I have read Shadow and Bone. I read that I wanted to read it before I watched the Netflix show, but then I didn't continue reading in order to watch the other seasons. I just watched the other seasons because Ben Barnes. I've read Shadow and Bone, and then I've read Six of Crows. And then I've read Rule of Wolves. Yes, I've read the first one of each one of the sections, and Rule of Wolves didn't make sense because I hadn't read the other ones. Sometimes life doesn't make sense. However, for continuing a series that I've already started, I'm going to read Siege and Storm. I gotta finish the series at some point, so hopefully this one is good. I haven't heard great things about the third one, but this one's still okay in most people's eyes. I think 5 books is good for me right now. That is about what I have been doing. In past years, I could read 11 books, 12 books in a month, but I have a 1-year-old who surprisingly has stayed relatively quiet during this video. You might have heard some clanging. He's bouncing around in his playpen, but surprisingly he stayed quiet. But it makes reading a little difficult sometimes, but it's all good. That and just everything else going on with life. But I do think that 5 books for me in a month is plausible. So, we'll just run through that one more time. For my queer read, I'm going to read Sleep Like Death by Kaylin Barron. For continue a series that I've already started reading, I'm going to read Siege and Storm by Leigh Bardugo. For debut novel, I'm going to read One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. For cartoon cover, I'm going to read Love Theoretically, or Book Lovers. And for ugly cover, I'm going to read The Unmaking of June Farrow by Adrienne Young. So that is my June TBR. That is my fun new game, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. What books are on your June TBR? It is Pride Month, so maybe we got some queer reads up in there. Drop your favorite down below because I'm always good for some queer reads. But yeah. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up button as well as the subscribe button and the notification bell so you are always notified every time I upload. And until then, bye!